Hi, welcome to Your Guide to Outside. Julie and I just got back from a trip recently from the Grand Canyon where we spent 5 days down in the canyon. I've got a video out there that highlights the whole trip that we took. And then these videos right here are going to be 5 in a row that are going to be each day, one at a time. I took a lot of video while we were down the canyon, and it was hard to get that first one out just because I was trying to pick the highlights, the best ones, to keep that video kind of short. I think it still ended up about 30 minutes, but it was a spectacular time, and we really enjoyed it. So we hope you do too. So here we go. Here's day.
All right, Julie and I got up early and we're headed up the North Kaibab Trail to see Roaring Springs. We left the tent about 6 and we're hoping to be back to the tent by 9, 10, and then get out there by 10 to get back to Bright Angel Campground. This is a rest area about 1.5 miles from Cottonwood Campground. Got toilets and drinking water. The trail down to Roaring Falls is about 0.3 miles, but it is pretty rugged. You can see lots of big rocks, so watch where you're going. There's a little patch of cactus growing on top of that rock over there. Trail levels out, but it's narrow and not as well kept as the rest of the trail, so watch your footing. We couldn't find a trail that got down to Roaring Springs, but so we're on our way back out. But there's several of these springs coming out of that mountain. A couple little ones here. And then the big ones on down the trail a little bit. Cool waterfall up there. Try to get zoomed in. Yeah, you can tell there's a lot of springs, all the trees on the side of this hill. This is the trail coming out of Roaring Springs. Really watch your footing. Smiling?
1, 2, 3, smile. Okay.
Going down. Rest area is right down there.
Smile.
Looks a little cocky.
This is probably the narrowest trail we've been on. This is on the North Kaibab Trail between Manita Rest Area and Cottonwood. Here's Cottonwood Campground coming from the north side on the North Kaibab Trail. This is a path back down into Cottonwood Campground. Campsites here are kind of scattered out and just hidden back in amongst the trees and rocks. All right, it's 11:30. We're leaving Cottonwood Campground. And we're gonna try to make it to Bright Angel by 5 for dinner. On the North Kaibab Trail, headed down to Bright Angel Campground. You definitely hike through more vegetation on the North Kaibab than you do on the South Kaibab Trail.
Ooh. It wasn't the finger I was going.
There's no one of them little lizards. There goes a trail. Woo! All right, we're going down to Ribbon Falls this way. and hopefully cut out all of that uphill there. So the bridge is out. Oh wow, the bridge goes all the way over to the other side there. We're gonna try to follow this little rabbit trail and find a crossing. The bridge is out.
The social trail.
A postal trail? All right, so we did find a crossing. It was a little hard to get to. Right off this little, I don't know if it's a beaver dam or not. I don't think so. I think it's just a bunch of trees washed up. Anyway, we get on in right there by them and kind of shinnied out this red rock. And then I came across here, and then we're headed up through here. And it was all below the knee, but it was hard to find. We ended up right down there is where the trail ended, and there just wasn't any way to get around it from there. So we just picked the calmest place we could find and tried to find the shallowest spot in there. Every rock that's underwater is slippery. All right, I'm gonna try to see if we can get this whole footage of Julie crossing this creek. All right, here she comes. That's muddy. You have to try to step down on that stick. I think I was on that stick. Yeah, I think so. Have to be gentle. Try not to let the pack push you off. There you go. And watch the pack on that grass. There you go. Yeah. I just came right through them rocks and right down this ledge.
That is so cold.
Yeah. You keep your feet on the down slope so you have pressure against the rock. I know it's cold, but don't hurry. Yep. See all them little scratch marks? I think other people can hear. When you step down that branch behind you, may push you a little bit. You have to step right in front of you where your right pole is. You're just going to have to do it, yeah. You have to do it, dude. Get the pole braced out here before you take too many steps. Step down in here more. Get a brace before you take this step across.
Okay. Get out.
Get it. Good job, Julie. All right, we got to cross the river. We're all packed back up, and Ribbon Falls is just right through that crack, we hope. I dropped my poles and used my hands to grab the rocks above me. Ah. Here it is. Ribbon Falls. That's what we're trying to get.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is where it ends.
It was hard getting here, but it was worth it. That is so cool. Path that goes up there. There's a path here that goes over to the pool. Goes on to the upper piece. Must be, I don't know what's up here. Oh, it goes in behind the fall. How cool is that? Ow, watch out for that tree. Dying to get the shot for you. Wow. We may miss our steak dinner, but this is totally worth it. This is from behind Ribbon Falls.
Just I suppose in whole. We have to get back to the river. I'm just going to take like this.
Across there. So that's the narrowest part of the trail to Ribbon Falls. It drops down into the willows. Pretty easy from there. This is Ribbon Falls Trail via river crossing. It's south of the bridge crossing where the bridge is out. So Julie and I found a place we get across up north. This is going to take us south of there. We cross like right down in there somewhere. And this trail is going to take us on south. This is the crossing on the way back. It seems a little better than the one we had. Exit. All right, back on North Kaibab, headed south. Bright Angel.
Well, looks like a little moisture coming out of here. That little platform.
all this vegetation that's clinging to the side of this mountain all along here. It's nothing but rock. This is the halfway bridge. Looks like a man standing up there. My hiking partner. See the bridge way up there? Just across the last bridge. Julie almost got mashed by a boulder.
Wait, what did you say?
Julie almost got mashed by a boulder. But she's okay. So when you think of the Grand Canyon and near-death experiences, you think about somebody falling off the edge. And you don't really think much about these boulder fields that you cross. But that was our near-death experience, was Julie almost getting mashed by a boulder. So I've set up this little scenario here to show you what happened to us and maybe help you guys know what to do if you hear a similar or get into a similar situation with a boulder field. So this is me. I'm bigger than Julie. This is Julie. And this is the boulder. The boulder was about the same size as Julie. So I've tried to make all this about the same. So what happened was we were on our way from Cottonwood to the Bright Angel. We had a 5 o'clock dinner schedule, and we had spent a lot of time at Ribbon Falls, which is pretty awesome, as you've seen. And we were booking it down through here. And I was ahead of Julie a ways, and I'd gotten past this boulder field and then heard this rock. For a minute, I didn't know what it was, and I couldn't tell what was going on. And Julie had stopped, and she had turned and looked up, and I realized it was a boulder, and all I could do is scream her name and take my walking stick, and I'm trying to tell her to go back, but all I can say is, Julie, Julie. And I'm just pointing this walking stick at her, trying to tell her to get back to the other side. So I was in this sheer cliff right here, and I was up against it, and I was just trying to get her to go back to this other sheer cliff that we had just passed for protection. And she saw this boulder. She said she finally saw the boulder, and it was just going back and forth across this field as it hit other rocks. And Julie was doing the same thing. I was watching her and yelling at her, and she was just kind of jumping one way then the other. And at the last minute, she dives out of the way, and falls down in this boulder, lands right where she was, and then goes off on into the creek. So then, from my point of view, man, it was just covered her totally. And then I see her there, and so I run over to her, and I check her out, make sure she's okay. And of course, she's just crying because she's scared to death. And then I help her up. And of course, we hug for a while. We both cry for a little bit. That was probably the scariest thing that ever happened to us. We've got 5 kids, and there's been a lot of scary things happen. But she was all right, and it took us a minute to get our senses about us. And then we made it on down to Bright Angel, and she was okay by the time there. But she retold the story a few times, and it still brought tears to her and emotions. And kind of getting to me now, just explaining it to you guys, because it was pretty scary. So if you get into a situation like that and you hear this rock, get to a sheer ledge, this hard rock where you can just get right up next to it, and hopefully, even if it's coming off the top, it'll come over the top of you. Maybe face into the cliff and put your boulder to the back if you think it's above you. All right, so there's our near-death experience. A very similar thing happened on day 4, and I'll explain to you what happened there too. So there you go. Your quarter mile, Julie.
All right, we made it. I think it's about 4:30, and we have dinner at the Phantom Ranch scheduled for 5, steak dinner, and I tell you, Julie and I will be ready for it. She'll probably be ready for a drink after that near boulder mashing she almost took. That rock was pretty big. I mean, it's about another quarter-mile walk to the campground from Phantom Ranch. We're gonna go down there and pick out a campsite, drop our stuff, and head back up for dinner.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hey, and if anything's happened to you out there that's scared you to death, or if you're just scared to death of something that's going to happen to you out there, leave it down in the comments. And I hope you'll share this video and like and subscribe. And until next time, get out there and do something.